See Eric on the outside, and the 11 gets sideways. David Starr gets sideways. That's where the contact came from, and that created a 3 wide thing. And there's the 48 of Brian Salas. That was your spotlight guy, Michael. He's got her turned around over there and coming off turn 2.
It's a good-looking truck. Going back to finish the Eric Darnell story, he wound up losing 3 laps. Huge break right here, Phil. This gets him one of them back in a hurry. No one else off the lead lap. So now he's only 2 down. He's got a fighting chance. Not a real good chance, but he's at least got a fighting chance now to get back on the lead lap before this thing's over.
First caution comes out, lap number 9. We'll be right back.
Guys, let's take a look back at maybe what happened to the 6 of Colin Brown. You see him, he's already into the inside wall. Not sure. More than likely, there was probably some contact coming off turn number 4. And Colin hit really, really hard on the inside wall. There he is right now racing the 87 of Chris Jones. That's a lap truck right there.
Oh, he just comes up and gets on the inside of the lap truck. That's all on Colin right there. You know, he just lost. He was driving his truck hard. It got sideways, made contact, and shot him down into that inside wall. It's ended his night. I mean, they might get that thing repaired, but that's even questionable.
Yeah, that's a lot of that truck is more than likely ruined.
Yeah, there's some serious damage to the rear end of that truck. It looks like the right side. Johnson in second place, Kyle Busch 2 seconds here at Thunder Valley. 2 seconds, that's huge at this half-mile racetrack. Well, we'll see if Kyle Busch can reel in the 2-time Sprint Cup Series champ. And a caution has just come out. We're going to stick with you here. It looks like Matt Crafton has a problem with his 88 Chevrolet as well as that 41. It gets into the wall and some damage. So Taylor Mousom and Matt Crafton involved in this, the 3rd caution of the night.
Yeah, Matt Crafton, our 3rd place point guy right now, only 91 points out of the lead coming into this race. You see the damage to that Menard Chevrolet on the front. He was not having a very good night, and it just got worse.
We've got good shots of this. We want to let you see what just took place.
See, Matt's on the outside. He just gets by the 48 of Brian Silas. Little tap down there going in turn number 1.
Oh, it looked like Tyler had a flat tire.
Looked like he had a flat tire when he went in the corner. There was no contact with the side. There was no contact from Matt Crafton that caused that tire to go down.
He just went straight up the hill, and Matt, you know, like you said, Rick, it happens so fast here at Bristol. You literally react, and it's too late. You can't do anything about it.
You have to have a premonition that somebody's going to have a problem to do something right here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We will now be right back after this.
Early and be done with it. Type the word for him all morning long in the practice session. They've made it much better, and he's solidly in the top 10 once again, Ray.
Oh, problems on the front stretch. A big accident here on the front stretch. John West Townley involved in this one in the 09. The leader's just going through all of the smoke that is on the front stretch. So the caution comes out for the 4th time. This time the 09 involved.
That's the 2nd of the Roush Fenway trucks that have been involved in incidents. You see Shelby Howard with a little bit of damage to the rear of his truck.
Because look at all the track position he's getting ready to leave.
07 involved as well.
So I got the 09 got into the side of the 07. Let's take a ride along with John West Townley in this Zaxby's Ford. See the 07 gets sideways up off the corner. Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, nowhere. Just tried to avoid that 07.
The 07 gets away with it, and the 09 winds up in the wall.
Yeah, Sean Murphy in the 07 got spun around. He turns around in front of that 09. The 09 goes into the inside wall. Makes pretty hard contact, and so the damage to that truck. And now we're seeing a few trucks making their way onto pit road. One of those being that 81 of Jim Johnson. Ray Dunlap.
Jimmie Johnson right now rides in the 16th position.
Whoa, got his hands full. Is he going to save it? It looks as though he will. Whoa, he's still fighting it. He gets turned around right in front of the traffic. There's contact made.
Just got loose off the turn and battled it all the way down the straightaway.
He was fighting that thing all the way from turn 2 all the way into 3, and that's when he finally got clipped.
Yeah, a lot of damage to that Cobalt Chevrolet. Tough break for Jimmy. You know, they stuck to their game. He was in some heavy traffic there, got loose coming off turn 2. And had it not been for the other trucks, I think he probably would have saved that truck. But unfortunately, you know, there was really nowhere to go here in Bristol.
He doesn't have a tailgate anymore.
A little bit loose up off of 2. He's on the inside of John Wood. John's a lap down right now. You see him get a little bit loose right in the center, and he's going to continue to try to save this truck. and he just about has it saved, and then it swings back the other way and just gets away from him, and the guys were trying to get by in the bottom, and Jeff Green comes along, and he was basically in the middle of a couple trucks and really had nowhere to go.
Yeah, nobody could predict where Jimmie was going. He was wobbling.
Jimmie didn't know where he was going.
No, and Jeff Green didn't have a clue. You can see he just gets loose on the inside. You know, he's battling that truck hard, trying to keep it out of the outside wall, and eventually it goes around with him.
He just got farther and farther out of shape the more times it went back and forth, and here comes Jeff with nowhere to go. Just got the lucky dog, and unfortunately now he's got some considerable damage. Watch Jimmie drive that thing. Watch him steer that thing inside that truck.
His hands are working extremely hard.
And that's all going down at well over 100 miles an hour. Yeah. He's out of control. You know, you think about running 100 miles an hour, that's a big deal, and he's out of control running 100 miles an hour.
Take a look at Ted Musgrave's view.
There's Dennis Setzer right in front of Ted Musgrave. Dennis does a nice job getting by on the inside when Jimmie gets sideways. Ooh, Ted said, I don't know if here we go. I'm by him.
He didn't want any part of that. Let me get past as quickly as possible.
Racing's crazy. Jimmie Johnson's up under John Wood and Rex. John Wood gets the lucky dog out of the deal. He gets Aaron's is going to put him back on the lead lap.
Oh, we've got a slow truck on the racetrack. That's that 40 of Jeff Green once again.
Yeah, that.
Ooh, a lot of damage to the 60 truck of Terry Cook.
The 40 blew that right front tire, I believe, getting down into turn 1, Phil.
The problems with Sean Murphy in the 07. He turns around in turn number 4. That brings the caution out once again.
Yeah, there's action all over the racetrack. We had a truck slowing in turn 2. We had a truck hitting the wall in turn 4.
You can see the right front tire on Jeff Green's truck is flat. He went down in turn 1 and went flat. He hit the 60, knocked him into the wall. And while all that's taking place, the 07 of Sean Murphy wipes out the wall in turn 4. And I think it's possible, but darn. Oh, we got a spinner in turn 2.
Sure enough, Chad McCullough. Oh, that's actually
big man.
Scott, and he's going to create a look. Oh boy, we've got contact behind him. It looked like it was going to be most of the trucks getting through there, but nowhere for that 4 of Stacy Compton.
A lot of damage for Stacy Compton. David Starr got a piece of it. I think Stacy ran in the back of David Starr. Timothy Peters was such a good run going. You see all the damage to that Red Horse Toyota of David Starr's. As Michael said, that a lot of guys did such a super job getting by. You see Brian's on the inside of Rick Crawford. He gets loose. He's going to spin, stay down on the bottom of the race. But watch these guys go every direction there. David Starr just stops, and then Timothy Peters had that 5 truck of Mike Skinner on the outside, so he really couldn't go up and couldn't get it turned down in time.
The spotters are crazy on the radio right now saying, got a spinner, go high, go high, go low, do something. And they almost make it through right to the very end.
So let's take a look at from Mike Skinner's on board. You see him, he's on the outside of right there. That's Dennis Setzer right in front of him. You see him. Mike's going way, way wide there, which was a pretty good move. Ooh, we got the 15 of David Strimmy that almost clipped his nose on the way by.
Check out Musgrave here. The spin's up ahead. Everybody's slowing down. Look at the mess Ted's looking at. And
very close,
to the inside of him, they pile into one another. Ted just slips right through.
Very close call by quite a few drivers. The Aaron's lucky dog goes to the 99 of Eric Darnell.
And now he's got a shot. He was 2 laps down, but there were no trucks 1 lap down. He gets one of those laps back. He's only 1 down now.
I realize Butch Hilton, his crew chief, has 3 wins right here at Bristol. He won once with Jeff Green and 2 with Kevin Harvick. So he said, I believe that TJ Bell is really, really coming around. I'm very pleased with what he's done. Now the yellow is coming out right now, and TJ Bell has gone from 10th up to 7th.
A little damage to the Rockingham Speedway truck of Brian Silas.
It's been a rough night for Brian. Didn't get off to a good start. Now he's got the back of that truck messed up.
8th caution of the night. We've already had 51 laps under caution. The record 69. We hope to not break that record this evening. Johnny Benson looking for a record 4 in a row. See if he can get through the field. Huge complications now for Ron Hornaday, looking to repeat as champion in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, involved in our most recent caution, and he will be climbing out of that truck for good for this evening. Our 9th caution of the race, and NASCAR is going to red flag this event.
Yeah, he came into this race only 45 points behind our point leader, Johnny Benson. He's going to take a huge hit right here. His teammate, Jack Sprague, was also involved. He was actually behind Ron. They got together. They had a 2-truck incident on the racetrack right in front of him, and they piled into it.
Look at Ron Hornaday saying, wait a second, can you get it so that I can drive it?
Let's take a look at what happened there.
Shocked right now.
Doesn't have any oil. This is interesting. The 48 and the 21 get together, get into one. You can see the 13.
You saw Tabodyne and Scott Speed go by. Now watch this.
It's a long time afterwards that these two, but you can't see, Phil. You're coming down the front stretch. You have no idea there's two trucks laid up in the middle of the corner. You're waiting on your spotter to tell you what's going on.
Like we talked before, it's hard to see around these corners. There's real time right there. You see the 48 back in the wall. Now watch up going in one. You see Ron was slowing down, and Jack got in the back of Ron, actually pushed him a little bit. Ron may have been able to avoid it on the high side. There's the two right there of Jack Sprague. Didn't get quite as much damage as Ron, but it's probably going to put it into Ron's night.
It almost looked like the two got a hold of the 33 and knocked him sideways. And then Ron was trying to save his truck and stop his truck, and he didn't have room to do both.
It's right along.
There's Ron Hornaday right there. You're going to see the two get back into the back of Ron. Now he's sideways. You could hear the rear brakes locking up and wheel hopping because Ron was on the brakes so hard, but unfortunately wasn't enough.
You know, we said you can't see what's going on down in the corner. Ron Hornaday had a better view of what was going on than Jack Sprague did. Jack was all up underneath the back of Ron. When Ron got off the gas, he hit his teammate and knocked him into the crash.
Right, exactly.
Here it is again now. Watch.
Watch this bump.
See, Jack
Boom.
gets in the back of Ron, and they're both trying to stop. Now Ron locks the brakes up. He's going to try to go around the 13 of Shelby Howard. When he locks up the front brakes, he isn't able to turn that truck anymore, and then he makes the contact, busts his radiator, and probably ends his night.
Yeah, I don't think I can get that truck back together, considering the problems that it has under the hood. You know, that's going to be a radiator, oil cooler, not to mention the sheet metal damage.
Yeah, and remember, they're not going to be able to work on this truck until the red flag is pulled and the caution flag comes back out, and we've got just 21 laps to go.
13 laps remain as they go by the start-finish line. Take a look again at Johnny Benson on the inside as the caution has come out once again.
Yeah, Johnny drives down to the inside, and Scott did not really know he was there. He came up so quick through the center. They make some contact, and a great save by Scott Speed.
Nice job by Rick Crawford back there as well, checking up. He about got into the back of that 23. We're hearing debris on the racetrack is what brought out the 10th caution of the night.
Look at all these trucks. Remember, Jack Sprague has some damage. There's Chad McCumbee. Ted Musgrave on the bottom. Oh, little contact right there. Musgrave goes by. Oh, Jason White turned around.
Jason White gets turned around. That will cause another caution to come out. We have tied the record here for caution flags, and it looks like laps might go down as well.
Man, what a solid run by Jay White. That was just somebody got into the back of Jack. He was limping around here. They get in the back of him.
Chain reaction.
Caused a major pileup off turn 4. Jason was the only one that had to pay the price by spinning out. Luckily, kept it out of the outside wall. You can go return to the battle. Check this log jam out. It all happened with a little contact from Ted to Jack, and the guy that paid the price was about 5 or 6 trucks back.
Yeah, very little damage, though, to that 08 Gunbroker's truck, so he ought to be able to get back in this thing. There are only 18 trucks right now. I'm going to leave that. There's another view. You see, our Eric Donnell was going to duck to the inside to get by Chad McCumbee. Jason had already stuck his nose up in there. Just a little bit of contact, enough to turn him around.
I like the job that Mike Skinner's done tonight and his team, man. He did not like his truck at all in practice. He's battling for that 6th spot.
Eric Donnell's around.
Slow on the racetrack. He gets spun around, and the caution comes out once again.
Yet another restart for Kyle Busch to keep Tabodyne behind him.
And this now will be officially a green-white checkered finish for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Bit of a
5th one this season.
Right there on the racetrack.
Explaining how this will end. They will have one chance to go 2 laps.
Man,
just got away from them there.
We've seen that a lot tonight.
Really
we talked about the tires are softer this time, but yet trucks are jumping out from underneath guys.
Saw it earlier with Jimmie Johnson.
Nice job by Brendan Gaughan avoiding that incident.
That was a battle for the 12th, 13th spot.
Yeah, all the way back there.